What's good, Joe? Back at it again with I'm trying this because I figured, I like Ra, so why not? What if Deku was Ra? Well, the son of Ra, not actual Ra, and it'll work off the same principle as Deku is basically what's it called? A demi? Yeah, demigod actually. Deku is the demigod son of Ra, and what that entails is, well, what do you think Ra is? If you don't know who Ra is, an Egyptian coach, I say Egyptian. Yeah, pretty much Egyptian. You know, it's not Egyptian, it's African, but it depends on what your religion is. But Ra is the sun god. And if you don't know what the sun god is, fire. Fucking fire, if you don't get where I'm going with this. So, this starts off in Japan, because, yeah, if I start off in Egypt, I'm going to kind of fuck myself like I did with the Anubis one, and expect the Anubis one soon. And yes, I am bringing that bitch back. And I had to fix it because, as soon as you make Deku Anubis in a different world and you bring different shit to the world, you kind of foobar it. Like, it was totally and utterly fucking foobar. So, yeah, what if Deku was wrong? Now, this starts off, Deku was younger. Now, Deku, like, it works the same principle as a quirk. At 4, it was scary he had a pinky toe. And with that happening, when they went to test Deku's quirk, when he did like rolls a finger like Escanor, and they seen a red fireball come out. Well, what you see, it's yellow, red. It don't matter. It's just extremely hot, and it feels like the sun because he's based. That's fire. Eh, they basically labeled it. He has a he, and when they tested it, the heat, it was like it was labeled. It was hot as the sun, or hot like hotter than regular fire. Say they named it the sun or Ra. No, they wouldn't name it Ra because they wouldn't understand. They named it the sun. So Deku's quirk is now labeled as the sun. And when he was younger, people would mess with him because when you have a quirk labeled the sun, you don't want to you see what this is going. So when Bakugo would know Deku, well, yeah, when Deku was younger, Bakugo wouldn't like fuck with him as much as he usually does because Deku has a quirk and it's a very strong one because it's named the Sun. Now, when you have someone in your friend group with a quirk named the Sun, you think, oh, you think it's something else. Like people think it's a play on words, like oh, he's the son of someone. No, he's legit the Sun. And when the day came to basically sell your quirk in middle class, he said, my quirk is named the Sun. And when they asked, oh, that's a cool name, but what does it do? And he rose up a finger, and a small little fire fire orb came out. Like it's not very big. It's like think of it as the size of let's say a pea, like about two. Think of a bigger pea, like 2 times the size of a regular pea. It's that big, but it's still pretty fucking hot. So it was about that size, and people were like, "Oh, I wonder how big it can get." And Deku's like, "I don't know. I don't recommend. I don't think I should try it because when in the room, it was said that this is hot as the sun, and everyone could feel it because the room got like was extremely fucking hot from that one small. I mean, would it change that much of would it change the heat that much with just that? I don't know. This isn't black. Um, this isn't the Seven Deadly Sins world where Escanor just cruel sun and not burn everything to hell. But I'm gonna say it changes the everything around. But I'm gonna just edit the word a little bit so where it's like, he doesn't burn everything up because they have to deal with Endeavor. So yeah. So sorry, at the So yeah, that's the son. And throughout his younger years, he wouldn't get bullied for having a quirk, so he grew up pretty normal, you know. Like he wouldn't get picked on. Bakugo, like him and Bakugo wouldn't be friends because Deku don't like the bullying aspect of it. But I'd say they're like on a you don't mess with me, I don't mess with you basis because Bakugo don't want to catch the sun to the chest, and basically Deku don't want to don't want to fight Bakugo because the sun. What else will happen? Uh, I don't know actually, because no one would really fuck with Deku considering the power of the sun, but with the sun in titles is like the sun. So I'm gonna say like his hair is different. It's like his hair is more like red oranges. Like you think of molten lava or the sun's surface. It's more red oranges. He's hotter than usual. Like let's think about this logically. Wait, 1 second. All right, I'm back. And before I continue, look, I know online school is hard for y'all. It is hard on y'all who are in school. And I know I'm not one to talk because I did online school for like 2 months, for like 2 months at most, and like I didn't get no work after because senior privilege. But if it's that hard, I'm sorry, and all that, and I'll try to make it better. So that's all I can say. Just don't do anything rash and don't do anything stupid. If you need help, I can obviously try to help. And yeah, basically just, maybe hit me up on Discord or something. Just don't do anything rash and just we can kick it. We can talk about it. I have a server. I'm gonna start plugging it again. For those who just want to kick it a little bit, for those who just want to kick it, talk about school, maybe get some help. Who knows? Just all I gotta know is like you just don't have to do anything rash. We can just kick it. We can just chill, you know, chill, help you out, and that's it. Because everyone's still gotta do school. I mean, I gotta do school next year or whenever the hell my debt is paid from my school, because debt is a thing. But besides that, yeah, uh, I'll continue Ra. So with that being said, Ra was, I said Ra. Deku, I'm gonna just time skip actually, because he'd have a normal life and everything. Now it comes to the final day. In the final day, like how it goes in canon. All right, which one you guys want? Basically, it's the same thing in canon. Um, the teacher does the same thing. I'm not about to do all that because I don't remember the scene, the way I should. But the teacher throws up the papers. He was like, "I know everyone wants to be heroes, so there's no point in giving out these." But there's two people in here who are applying to UA: Izuku Midoriya, who actually got the nickname Ra because someone like googled an Egyptian god and found out like he's the sun. And then someone else. I mean, two people are going to apply for UA. What's his name? Bak. I don't remember Bakugo last name. I think it's no, it's not Mitsuki. I was thinking of Mitsuki from freaking Boruto. Bakugo and Midoriya. And after that was said, everyone was like, okay. I mean, everyone said that makes sense because Midoriya is like has a very strong quirk, and Bakugo does too. The only difference is that everyone like, looks at Bakugo and is like his temper got to change before he becomes a hero. And that being said, goes to UA. It time and actually, I'm gonna do the slash villain part now. Deku, you know how it goes on canon. He usually takes like a safer route home, but he decided to take a shorter route because fuck it. And the slime villain happened, and you know how that goes. Oh, by the way, Deku looks up more to Endeavor than to All Might because of the fact that Endeavor has the same quirk, but he doesn't. Think about this: he likes Endeavor for his quirk, and that's the only thing he really likes about Endeavor. He's a fan of the quirk, not the person. And but everyone's like, "Oh, why do you like Endeavor so much? He's kind of a an asshole." And Deku basically went on to explain, like, "I like All Might and Endeavor. I like All Might because of the attitude, but I like Endeavor because of his quirk, and that's pretty much it. And everyone was like, "Oh, okay, now we get an understanding of how you sit where it comes to All Might and Endeavor." Yep, that was a yawn. Anyway, so when it came to All Might and Endeavor, that's where he sits. So when it comes to the time where Sludge Villain attacks, Deku isn't paranoid about it because he didn't know what happened. So the Sludge Villain basically trapped him. But instead, Deku, like panicking, he basically like put his hands together and formed a small ball of a small fireball, and the slime villain was burned and instantly. I mean, started smoldering. Yeah, smoldering, smoking, started boiling too. So he basically backed off. And when he asked, "What the hell is your quirk?" he said, "The sun." And if you don't know what the sun entitles, it's the sun, obviously. But he basically goes on to explain it's the sun. So after that happened, all my shows up like I am. Actually, no, that doesn't happen. Basically, what happens next is Deku basically doesn't hit him with a fireball, but keeps the fireball enlarging, and it's changing the air rapidly, and the guy is starting to pass out from all the heat that's in the air. I'm not talking about the Miami Heat because the Heat wasn't gonna win that finals anyway. Let's be honest here. Like I'm glad they made it, but at the same time, it's like it's LeBron in 80, so you can't do anything against them. But yeah, it was like he basically passed out because of heat, and he was still like boiling. So, and All Might pulled up basically like, "I am here. What the fuck? Why is it so damn hot?" He's like, "I am here, and it's hot." And Deku says, "Oh, my bad," and basically just like shuts off the huge fireball. He doesn't fanboy like in canon, but he's still a pretty good fan of All Might. So he's like, "Hey, it's All Might," and he basically puts the fireball away. And the same thing happens in canon. Besides the fact that Deku wouldn't hold on to All Might, so therefore the Sludge villain wouldn't get out, and the whole Bakugo thing wouldn't happen. So yeah, pretty much average day. So after that, the it would take a while. I forget how long it was in canon, but Deku would train his quirk and he trained his physical body a little bit because feels like, I gotta be in shape to use the quirk as well. My brother awake now? I mean, it's 5:44. Yeah, he's awake, but yeah, he basically thinking like, okay, so I have to train my body to get used to the quirk as well. No, he don't have to train his body, but he's thinking like, I might as well train my body as well as my quirk. So he doesn't do much. He doesn't do like the heavy workout that he does in canon, but he does like workout, get a good like sweat in. Get a good feeling. He's in shape. He's not too big, not too small. He's in shape. Something I need to start doing. But yeah, he's in shape. He's pretty much yeah. He's That's how it is. So I'd say it's time for the hero exam. And Deku walks there, because he's not confident. I mean, he's confident, but he's not like over like cocky about it, because he kind of figured that if he's cocky about it, that's grounds for failure and fuck up. So he doesn't do that. So yeah, I'm gonna say he's confident but not cocky. There's a difference. There's Theon. Okay, so after a while, he got used to using the quirk more. Like he realizes how hot it is, what he can do with it, how much he can take with it, and he figures out that he actually can use the quirk pretty much infinitely. Unlike Endeavor, where he runs out of he starts burning himself. He's like, think of it, he's the perfect version of Endeavor, but a lot better. So, yeah. So he kind of figures it out, like, okay, I can use this quirk, and it won't hurt me. However, it's like there's no drawback to it either. so I can just keep on using it, and yeah, I can just burn out an enemy. Matter of fact, no, I'm gonna actually say that he would run out of stamina depending on how big the ball is. He still needs to get his stamina up. Because I'm not about to have him spamming fireball like a fucking level 20 wizard on his high note. Freaking a level 20 wizard loads up his book. It's just full of fireball. The room is like, fuck it. The room is on fire. What do? I cast fireball. If fucking excuse me, the room is full of gas, goblins everywhere, and your team is pretty much on 1 HP. What do? I cast fireball. Fucking fireball. Anyway, hmm. Yeah, that's enough of my D&D memes for the day. So, what else will happen? Well, I mean, it's the hero exam. So, when the hero exam happens, I kind of had a brain fart, sorry. What the fuck is that? I think my brother's, yeah, he's definitely awake. But, I'm gonna say, that's alright. Fuck it. He already knows I do YouTube anyway. So, hmm. So, what would happen? Well, nothing much technically, because he'd head to the exam and the same stuff would happen in canon. Besides the fact that he wouldn't fall, so he wouldn't have the whole interaction with Ochako yet. I was trying to think of her name. Sorry, he wouldn't have the whole interaction with Ochako, and in the examination room, he wouldn't get like bitch stabbed by Ida. So I'm gonna say the test starts, and when the test starts, Deku doesn't take off instantly, but he's kind of off to the races. To the races, yeah. That was horrible. That was really horrible. Hmm. That might have not been my brother. Anyway, so he's off to the races. Obviously, I just said that like 12 times now. So he's taken out. He's just melting robots back to back. Doing small stuff. Not small stuff. That's not small at all. Hmm. Oh, no, that was my brother. So he's basically melting. He's melting robots. Not a lot. Not like too little, but he's melting enough. And I'd say he gets a pretty decent amount of robots. Actually, he's number one in the robot category. Because, he would see if people were in the area and just, like, shoot small fireballs into the robot's chest. And these are, like, small, minuscule ones. So they burn the robots out from the inside, basically melting their circuits and shit. So he doesn't have to. So he basically is, like, melting them from the inside so you don't have to, do all that much. So yeah, I'm gonna say he gets like number one so far, like the robot part, and then zero pointer happens. Now when the zero pointer happens, you know what happens in canon. Ochako has sprained her leg under some rocks, which I still don't understand how, but it's iffy. I mean, the robot is huge, so Deku would be in the area and would hear that, so he'd jump up. He'd see Ochako there. He'd jump up and basically say, like, cruel. Yeah, I have to do it. Cruel son, and basically like make a huge fucking fireball. Like think it freeze a death ball, but not that big, and just throw it down and melt the robot completely. Like he turns the robot completely to ash, and he runs out of stamina and is now rapidly falling towards the ground. And the same thing happens again. Ochako smacks the shit out of him, and Deku is saved by a by Ochako, who basically slapped him, thanked him later on, and yeah, same shit as canon. Now I'm gonna stop it here because of the fact that it's like, I mean, I did the entrance. I might drop part 2 to later today. Depends on how my schedule's looking. I might also drop another what if too. Hmm. If you're wondering why I'm talking like this, it's because I woke up like 2 hours ago. I'm not doing this in like the middle of the day. It's like legit 5:51 for me, and everyone in my house is still pretty much asleep. So I'm kind of talking calmly instead of doing dumb shit. Uh, yeah. Sorry for talking like a narrator. So, hmm. So I'm reached the 20-minute threshold, and for those who wonder what happened to the hour-long videos, they're still here. It's just hard to do like an hour-long video on like something I've already done like several times. I mean, I could, but it's like you're kind of trying to save up space for like future episodes. And I'm not really. There's nothing much to incorporate into the story because it's the same thing as canon. Deku wouldn't know Ra per se yet. He would get a feeling that his dad is you know not of this world, but he wouldn't meet Ra that easily. So that being said, that's how this episode ends. Thank you for swinging by, and yeah, good luck in school. As I said, I'm gonna start plugging the Discord again, just so people can come in, kick it. Maybe we can play some games together. I don't care if you're on Xbox or PS4, because the console wars are useless. Because well, if you didn't look at the newest update for what the PS5 is doing, you kind of can't. You guys won't survive it. Anyone who does that, you wouldn't have survived a fucking Modern Warfare 2 or Black Ops 2 lobby. So way to go. So yeah, peace, and I guess I'll either talk to you guys later or hopefully not disappear again. So yeah, talk to you later.